Jofo ena waswafo wono na hwe wo meye de obo ensem so akasa de atodwase ye bamboni asomdwe hia ebre ye adwuma de asom Ghana nto mbekoso ata ye chi agina pa na nto so akasa de atodwa chem se enkramantem soafo no wosi pisita na soyo oboafo so nkwa be de ekire de mo mampenya be de ekire beboa ama MPP for so akomanim ye papa ye de ani be kiremu ewo ofenso ewo asante mantemu so peso musi hene hu sense ma ye deje mabunu akasa amoma no atia otekoko so na mfa ma ahemfu mpenifo ekire mu se wedi omutwe omufiri mu enti omusere na nase omfanche ensam no ebi eka ho agodie eye sports wo mu bi enakua ajewa akode magye peni ne awie mede eba besomo aseda eko ede ama this way chocolate drink eye Ghana cocoa ene ye de aye ede aya no wanum bi ene ye best point savings loans and the best assurance special ice natural mineral water and drinks ahodo no eka ho bi no mo bombi chidom lolel slugs for ayemiti ede amame ena enesewa closet washe matade didin de akua ajewa akode ensam no enchiremu enie Onwanyamfo mafie poku prempe wono ene wosoafo ohwe omeya ho odene so wakomrahye bedwam akokasa na kasa yemu no de tudwa kyeremu se akosombo dam no tebia ewomu no eye ne kwa animu ye pa ena Volta River Authority penifo ehwe mo ensa no so omo ebo adwuma etima Ghana fo yeyemo enhyehye
To assure the integrity and operational reliability of the Akosombo and Pond dams, the dams are inspected by a dam review board made up of internationally accepted experts in the hydroelectric power industry. The board has reviewed the operations of the dams and other facilities every 5 years since 1966, when the Akosombo Dam was completed. On each occasion, the dams have been given a clean bill of health. The most recent inspection and review were conducted in March this year with the same favorable outcome. With regards to the electromechanical facilities, the recent retrofit projects on both the Akosombo in 2016 and Pond Power Station in 2020 have assured the enhancement and reliability and performance of the electromechanical facilities by an additional 30 years. Mr. Speaker, I wish to assure you that the Akosombo and Pond dams are safe and are in competent hands.
Imagine losing everything you have worked for your entire life. Your entire life. And you are thrown into a congested classroom. As we speak, Mr. Speaker, 5 weeks, and people are living in classrooms. Classrooms without washrooms, without toilets, without kitchens, no beds, and they call them safe havens. They find a nice technology so they can paper over the real issues. Mr. Speaker, this is a house of records. There are two things the Honorable Minister has said, which this house must not allow to go unchallenged per our records. We are told that before VRA officials spilled, members of parliament were consulted, were part of the stakeholders consulted. I can speak for myself. I was never invited to any meeting. I was never consulted. I was never invited to any meeting. I challenge the minister to provide one name, one member of parliament who was consulted, who attended any meeting regarding this village. In the affected areas, my colleagues are here. Not a single member of parliament. Not one. Look, we have had enough. We are down. We are traumatized. We have lost everything. The last thing we will countenance are blatant falsehoods. We will not accept it.
Mr. Speaker, what is happening is not limited to a constituency. From Honorable, from Peru East, Bay Area, Salaga North. Honorable Zuera is here, yes? Your constituency. Banda, Mr. Speaker, it's all the way from the Savannah regions, northeast, down to Bono, Oti. Mr. Speaker, down. So, Mr. Speaker, for somebody to create a colleague, a respected colleague for that matter, to say that the government has an agenda eliminate those who vote against us. Mr. Speaker, it's far from the truth. This must be withdrawn, unqualified apology rendered, because, Mr. Speaker, government of
NPP Amayokono ato aba awie ayi Frank Kreni aka ne obebo panyini no echidom ena sese de twetwere omobo a edin we ba na edin we aba enti ene adechinshuma ekoso ewo UTV ma ejakwabena etenedwam wono mba ye no baako eye nana into amrechiwi waba be kasa ede atodwa chem se enkramantem so afọ yobi OCPC tapa na ohwe na adwuma a wabo modern ba wabo ni eniedin honhom ewo ni mu na obetimi aye Frank Kreni abedi echi adenti NPP for Enfano.
Greater Caribbean Minister.
Yeah.
No, can I say, ye mo kada for Enfa Kwanso, a friend then. Abobo ya for Enfa Kwanso. Operating frontage, clean your frontage.
The man, make sure Ninyuma want to be a wayana. He can be a nice gentleman and a fantastic running mate. Inti, Midday names now, Woboni Nano. Because, make us a mukumwa. So no ankwa won't for Dambochi. Yeah. Because I'm looking at people's track record and what they are capable of doing. And what is
Mr. Then why yeah track record I did say operation clean your frontage. Me say
operation clean your frontage.
Say you
frontage. On to me ma baby I United me can't say CC ho.
So we to me so or see yet no share see
Koshe regional coordinating council okay so basic koshe se na bi odi edu. Onye won a was start contract a we out to ho.
So
okay say o2 afi ha obe make sure so obe 2 but nipa yensu ni embanti ye be san akoba.
Do you ever supported him when he started operations?
My Becana say more.
No. Maybe
because me no I've been following him.
Good.
And such people, when you give them the opportunity, they will make sure say they transform the nation.
Okay.
Because all inclusive.
All inclusive.
Bet me abon central for home buying. Say be an central ni bi obi etino obi akano. Anase obi ehunahuna ne say wadwuma awaya anase niema bi awaye ntino. Me prawa na bibisa yenso so yebebo ne chidom na ya pe empanyimfo amomasima ka asem no amo no nso enya ahotoso se madwuma meye no obi antimi hunahuna me na etoso mienu ene se nso entwe adwuma no ekoso de nanso so yenim se enema baako mienu bi ho efa ne ntete mu a ye de beka ho a ebetimi ama adwuma na fa ne ntuma pa efra eno no na ye program aban hye ba se on the capacity enhancement program. Say identity ni bibesa man central for aka ne omunyina munim dada no ho say be betima sha adwuma no mukena na ne etoso miensa na meka no brofom no ene say ye wo enkrofo bi ana say niema bi ane abefo kwan abai enkrofo timi fa so na news ana say nsema enye no krekra na o ma ato agu system no na number bi ana ate se na ene news na eye papa na eye no kre na compete enam saade no so ne nsusuanso ema o man ni nyina enye papa ntino esese yetimi ebo ho de ro na obi ahu say misinformation enye disinformation enye na nkrofo timi jame adi hu adanse epe ena ye de beto abefo ntentan mu ana say ye de beto mu fidie so amaga na de hye nyina atimi ati
yensese ye fa ne say media job no eye honest ne pe won responsibilities say wo fund the media no so ye nyina ebetumi aboa obi abribi won nsem na onim say onim ade a information betumi aya makro na ese so otumi support na yetumi ye sure say media houses no won't collapse because baby ayerke can call na say social media because social media na dey wan kasa okita phone ya ukoshe kona bia na wakasa but what is the fact checking and sana ubekasi bibia beto ho ubeko website bi na information bi da ho ese say yetumi kodu baby obetumi aka say na yi betumi aye no kware ni say nya no kware de a menko a friend saying Peace FM menko UTV na menko hwe won website say won so wode ato ho ana because one day wonim say ese say what you sure say ade a wode ato won no kware nti say won say yetumi check from one check from Peace, UTV. Now one so one cross checks here. I feel Bema Bribia why emerald. Na media commission yes Juman I emerald.
Need to have a strong culture of verifying, particularly traditional media journalists. You are our last bastion with social media and misinformation and disinformation. We ought to come to a point that says, can this be true? Then we know we have arrived, But, we've done research in our school that shows that there's a weak culture of verification in newsroom.
Jako apoye mantem meche Eastern region hon mo ne yensentwe ni Michael Krofi ewo na enkra wode abraye ne se eye afra musuo no afani pebinum anopeye enti yeko ne yakodi hu enkomo akrofi yakwaba
yenia epia
eba no sei
be nondu eba nondu ba kwima nyenya ne ntie se omanfo a wododo be dumiensa omaka eye fra sutade nim oma drone anase oma tunsuom na no na enya kaka na yesi da bi ye baba pim ni ahwe se de na esiye na omo chese na no pe omo sorry ye no enam eye fra sutade no na nse ne ye kokọ smiti no eye afram sutade no abeka mu pa ene ehum mfama ebo so no enya femketwa enu ti se oti pantu nim kwa na wo kwa obo se ewoso anase ekosoro eba fam na so ye nuanu mu akuafo ne omo de subunto eye kanu yi edi obudada adwuma no ombekọ so ayọ madwuma enu nti nipa dodo beye diasa ena no mote eye subunto mu a omode kọ afuom eno ena eye ehum anase mfame akobo nso no so a adane omabutu ede no mbutu yan ebi etumi efiye aka dupiensa ena omoche so omunhu omachikura omususu se nso no amene omo na wabra ye ti asembwe ni assemblyman na owo eye Mpotem ho no Nyafo Johnson agresinya edin kita ho no o chere say nipa dumiensen omo ka afoforo beye dunkuno a ofani bi a oye focus ye ewe akura ba kwa ye fe ejata ewa Afram Plain South ho no no wakofo mu efi maame krobo Mpotem bo mo ye afaafo so omo nko na afuom no mo nko ye adwuma enu ntia na no pe beye no wo twibre mu no no mo gbo abo mo ho akofo se no nko no ndu no omo nyina etina subonto no so ena pua ekwan so no munya ne ntie se subonto na apaafo be di asane etire no ewo mu no subonto no akodane abutu enye obia ne nim adwade enu to mo nim adwade no ebi etumi piepie efro eye subonto ahodo a na edididi nso no so ana se wo nso no so dwuma no ena afa so mu dum nyensa de mbofra ka ho mma ka ho mema ka ho ye hu omachi eba sam posi for bon Mpotem ho ena afa so nadmofo afanso ma bo mo ho a mo so mo ti ho agu nso no so na sa nipa dumiensa no omaka omo nim adwade ewo sa nso no so no omatumi akohwehwe oma me no ka say rescue team no abombodin a omatiasi nso no so a omohwehwe omo mini aba eya report ya sefem sem say nipa dodo na eche sa nso no so a life jacket kura no omo hye bia sabe anibraba omo ehwehwe sa nipa dumiensa no eti bre na beche so mo hu dipa miensa no so mbetena kwamu so mo nim kwamu rescue team ni ewie na djuma na so yekoye nim no de bepie ma babia no ye mfa nkame yahwefo ene etiefo
akrofi wadi echire mu kakrama ye eye Volta River ne so anase Afram ensuo ne so
Afram Plains eye Afram nsutade no eso
okay yadase ene wa manebo ye sentwe ni Michael Krofi ne ete ne kafre po ye mantem se akuafo a omo ya paafo beye aduasa eti subonto mu a omo ekofum ewo Afram hono wi echire no subonto na dan yebutu enipa dumiensi hu omo kira ko ye ni edi echire na sare wusem yi enya de ebi nso asi ewo hyiahyi ewo enkra no manu de ye lorry akwanhia na seka akwanhia ena asia ye kone ye sentwe ni Chantel Abe edi enkomo Chantel akwaba Chantel
Hello.
What's a menka? Hello, Chantal Temenka. Aha. Kasa akwanhia no eba no sen wo na ho no munti boye nchire mu kakra.
Yo, o be pie mo hia nya sem keto akra. Car there's a 5 Emma accident way ama nkofu be se miensa etra wo mu. Na uhwe mu a kia mo ne ayeye pe na boso kan macho no. emu kɛseɛ paa enu ekɔ block a efi legon kwan so ɛɛba sɛ wɔsɛ ni break ni break esan sɛ ɔntumi hu sɛ ne ɔbɛ control ne ho ɔbɛgyina nti no ɔde bɛwura saa kaa ahodoɔ yi mu wobɛhu a cars no ɛyɛ baako 5 trɔtrɔ mmienu ɛna zip baako mazda baako ɛna pajero car baako na ɔde bɛwura mu ho no pajero no nso ɔde pem ne nti no wɔanya control sɛ ɔbɛtumi ɛde agyina baabi pa na sɛ ɔbɛtumi de apaaki nti ɔno nso ɛde bɛwura pavement no so a baabi a passenger.
Yeah, Chantel Kasamitio. Hello, Chantel. Oh, Chantel Humano article yegusu a yepusu se yensa beka no ne no edi enkombo ne yebisa na kwanhia no mu nkyire mu ye papa nyame adom obi anhwe ne nkwa nipa ne bi epreprade na so yebɔ mpaye se ombeko aba abeduru asomdwe mu na Ghana mampanyi dada Yewura John Dramani Mahama wakasa na wotwi ede atodwa se Ghana fotie ni sufreto abadema no na woba donhwe aduonu na 24 hours wode hye bi beba ye initiative a wode behwe tutu Ghana sikasem ye amana fa ne ntuma pefra enti UTV ye komontene so ne adehye kasaye bisa omuso omogi nsem no sei enomkae.
Enkane Ghana mampanyi ne ndra ene adwadifo nka bomuko Trade Union Congress ekokodi ehia eye building Ghana ni sodi hu no panyini edi esinani so ne kasa na wuchim se Ghana fo senya ne mugidie biem na woto aba ede manu adon hwere dunu 24 hours bia no ensusu ye bebo na Ghana sika sema fa ne ntoma padi efira na ban no ede bepi monten so adwadifo to ye bete so bi so ho no beyi kurampo ede efiri ho no mo afen so behwe hu ni se enkonko ba se adwuma baako ene kwabra ne kwotena ho no mo a agisa na dwuko ansa na okofi dabi obi ba no pa no watena mawia bo obi abawia watena ma de asan obi abanwumere watena ma de ache na abo madwadi sika sem na nwuma ho nsem o ma Ghana no akonkan.
We intend to implement a 24-hour economy. And by this, we will provide incentives in terms of reduction in corporate taxes and other exemptions to businesses that will sign up to the 24-hour economy initiative.
Enkane Ghana mampanyi John Dramani Mahama nsusuye wo sani good Trade Union Congress nhemu yase no UTV kasebo ma Ghana fo ho akonya bisa won se wona adwenkyere won sen efo enkane Ghana mampanyi nsusuye yi a wo kirim se yama na konya wo de be adwuma yi.
I think it is a very laudable idea and it's going to help our economy because when production increases, you see, there's not going to be shortage of products in the system. Moreover, it's going to create job opportunities for a lot of people. Therefore, I think it is a very good idea.
Obi also no pa no ko adwuma no. No free no fish. No ko ye on ankasa so no business. So ho ade no. Enti se bia obo anopa. Na bo be se 12 o'clock no upon. Na bi so about 12 o'clock. No upon be se bia 5 o'clock and 5:30 I think. Abama mo bia adwua den adana adwuma ho so.
Ye first time mo dada ma se mo dada che de piase ya. Omo bamba kasam de ma ukra no. Unim so mbedu adu. Enti mi da mi ni gidie bia o musa. Ti sa onu fi so ba no betima dia ebebo no. So if you want to be honest, you don't want to say, I'm dada yen. So you the mountain power. After a bad and some of a can be obey it. Imagine channel or to me. They be a mobile as a move for the beer, maybe I'm just a move for. So you have a track with answer, and then you can you free.
Ghana, and now a buying Angasano. And they say, what to her, Obama or Juma who here. Obia no president or Bob. Ah, Massa. Yamle ni na beboy na president dey no be yaman but idea be no dey be saadi.
Now mampanyi dada John Dramani Mahama 24 hours economic initiative yo so dey ebe and Dr. Patrick Opoku Asumani a wono echesika sam totoye e wo man business school ni mu akasa di atodwa se ebeye ye dia aban fanko ankrankra nwumanim efise e wono mu ene hia ne pagya Ghana ebe pagya so.
Enka ne Ghana wampanyine John Dramani Mahama ene adwadifo nka bomuko Trade Union Congress kodi ehia no ene opanyine ne kasa se Ghana fo nya ne mugide to aba e de ma no bie mu a ene obehwe hunu se Ghana no kwan ye fa so ne yi enwuma ensesa bebam obeba adwuma no pa ewia na wapon obeba awia nwumre na wapon obieba nwumre ma ade ache na aboa ama brano no dwadie ho nsem sika sem na adwuma ho nsem no atumi akonkan afi enwuma wonto no obete so no ahwe hunu se bambo ho nsem so ebefa ne ntoma pa edi afira. Na we na ma opanyini bia bankuntabu wa bi wo mi ye pa no e chechirefo opanyini University of Ghana Business School Dr. Patrick Opoku Asumin opanyi kasa da tuja so opanyini tirimupo no e ye nhyehyeye papa se timisi fom se kim ene Ghana ne ma bedane ebeboa bebre sanse menya adwuma nye no eso beti ebebo mo anwuma so atimi akonkan a wo chiem se sansusu ye sei no wona wabiebie wankasa wonwuma no ebeboa won pa
24-hour economy. It means most likely you better run a shift system. So all the essential 24-hour, if I running 8-hour shift, you have 3 shifts. That means you generate, definitely, you make more use of labor and will produce more goods and services. So it means a production level across the road. There's no 2 ways about that. And say, which means you create more employment. The consideration is, I think, because we run a 24-hour economy, maybe for government sector, no, you may decide to. But for the private sector, it's one can say the necessity to do that. Because at the moment, you know, the private sector, nobody is preventing them from running that 24-hour. No. If they haven't found it necessary, so mobile run a 24-hour economy, the government cannot impose a 24-hour economy. For government, you know, government taking the initiative, you know, I feel it's a private sector driven. It's a private sector who say, we have all the infrastructure, you have the necessary ideas, say 24 hours. Then a number of demand number on the government. So at the moment, the private sector, meaning say there's explicit demand on government because say it be a government can say me 24 hours. Now 24 hours, you know. Obi anyhow obi use services na it won't be any use.
Opanyini saka sebiem di tudwa se nka ne Ghana mampanyi susuye mu no na chese Ghana fododo na no obekọ nwuma na jo bambo okobo so na kire se opanyini no wadwene ne oka no ho ye pa ohunu se eyin susuye pa.
Strangely no so we 24-hour shift na no private may improve security. We say nipa dodo na ekọ adwuma in the evening na that means in the evening time no you have many more people. And they know in itself will help improve the security.
Essential for a juma ye dear brother edoso be hupe yeswe yakoto ahye we say so abono ebere akwa report ayen sensen bebre magana essential for ya ne bambo no ehu emu hu kakra enam so amoso afo hwede bo ensenso nyafo kwadwo ponkroma say aban eye na afamu de bia da bo Ghana essential for hu ban edie nya botoye mu ne akukuduru anya adwuma.
The plan of action aims at creating a free and safe environment for journalists and media workers. Recommendation measures include, among other things, the establishment of a coordinated interagency mechanism to handle issues related to the safety of journalists, as well as assisting countries to develop legislation and mechanisms favorable to freedom of expression and information, and supporting their efforts to implement existing international rules and principles. Mr. Speaker, as I take my seat, I want to make the point that the safety of journalists is not negotiable. Journalism is not a crime. It is a major national service necessary for the advancement of our democracy. We must invest more resources, we must advocate for more support, we must strengthen our collaboration, and hold the police and judicial service accountable for the attacks that we have reported to them. These will go a long way to deepen our democracy and strengthen our society.
The precondition for democracy is not government communication, it's an independent media. Those monies can be used to resource the National Media Commission. And therefore, when the Minister for Information is saying that we must resource the National Media Commission, it's in the right direction. But we can resource the National Media Commission by bringing all those minor funds, bring them together and add it to the National Media Commission's budget, which will be approved by the Special Budget Committee. So we can put that one aside. The Information Service Department which was well resourced under S1 President Kufuor. What is its condition today? We have a lot of journalists. The private journalists that we have in the country, the capacity is there, but the conditions are not there. So, Speaker, this year, the Dumont Award in BBC was won by a journalist in this country. So the media men, the excellent ones are there. They are good. But the atmosphere to operate in this country, Mr. Speaker, now is problematic. And that is why the global ranking, we are going back and going back. So, Minister, yes, the safety of journalists is not negotiable. You said that. The conditions under which they operate must be improved. It's true. The National Media Commission must be resourced. It's true. Next week is budget. You are saying it harmoniously. And therefore, when the budget for National Media Commission comes before myself and the chairman of the Special Budget Committee, who happens to be the leader of the House, I know leader will speak on this, and he will give you assurance that he will make sure that the budget for the National Media Commission, when it is about to be approved by the Special Budget Committee, your concern will be taken into consideration.
When matters like this gets to their quarters, what steps do they take to ensure that the security of our media is protected? Sometimes reports are made to them and nothing is done by the security agencies. And matters when it gets to the courts, sometimes all these delays that account for some of these issues that happen with the media. So we would impress on the security agencies and the judicial service that matters that affect the security of our media should be taken seriously and they should be protected because they are protecting the democracy that we are enjoying as a country, and we believe that they have a major role to play to help ensure the security of our media. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Jesse Amankwa yensentre ni ewapo ye mantemu na enkra wode abreye ne se akwanhia nipa mienu ahweromonkwa awie ya ene de asade akwanhia nsem eya doso no Amankwa
Biniaba
esi wahene fane ba no sen
Biniaba mamenje so ene wie na memfa umbra suhum bia bia ye fro ho ni fio se metwa ho mfoni kakra trewa mefa nse ofi akra wodu suhum a wetwa bebi e fro 44 audi weni trebu nsunu kokitwe bi ho eya akra kumasi me road is kokitwe bi e fro ho ni fio na ni nyane se daft tank bi truck bi na wako discharge fuel wuma odi nenye atre akra na mra oduru ni fio no na another tank anso emso mu mo ho etina omienu no omko challenge e kwan ne so we na opini bia oye police ni Copra Esando yesu se owo no 38 years ni ne makra emienu osum hanom na enumero cooperation etina adetien no ni off there wapon na school ni bi nso okoso hu presec dien prempren saka no John K ono so yesu se woni 20 years ni ani ono so na anopa no oba ni school ababesua na de na unim se ye waste of transport okada abeka ye ho nti moto so eno mo try te bai se omu nyina fi ni fi odi omani kire suhum no na tanka na ono mu ko races no tanka no wehu okada no ene se odi chifa won so a me no ka say the police ni school ni de omoto anananom won se do a okada rider no de we prapre mu tempa prempre am no ka say na wi o sum government hospital nurses for kuku dam na doctors for gina so ehwe se obenya ayahwe na sede nkyeremu no koye no kyerɛ sɛ tanker driver no na ɔne ne yɔnko another tanker driver ɛna na ɔmo kɔ races ɔkwan ne so ɛne sɛ obi nhu ne si yɛ sɛ wanhu okada no sɛden a otimi di etwi fa no so nti ne ɔka sɛ mprempren de nipa mienu de ɔmo to anananom ɛwɔ nhyɛ do
na nipa miɛnsa na ɛte so
sa pepe na nipa miɛnsa ɛna te okada no so nti okada driver na nka sɛ okada rider no ɔno deɛ we prapra mu ɔde na mmom school ni no ɛna police ni ni deɛ honma munum ho a ɛna motoy
na tanka car no driver no ɔhyenkani no ɔwɛn
me no ka sɛ sisi deɛ police for kukumu a ɔmo yɛ asɛm no hwehwɛmu ahwɛ sɛ ne nkrataa anaasɛ biribiara ɛyɛ adwumakyi no ɛsia no ɔwɔ police for kukum but because of ɛyɛ company car nti no ɛm sɛ company no ɔmo twɛn ɔmo bosses na ɔmo aba na ɔmo ahu sɛ deɛ asɛm no ɔmo bɛpɛ ne poma sibrɛ
Kumase kwan so na tanker cars mienu eco race
sɛ yɛba Kumase kwan so ampempi na ɛtae si ɛm sɛ kasa kɛseɛ no sɛ ɔmo kuta load di a ɔmo nanteɛ nko ɛna load nso ni mu ɔmo nanteɛ nko ɛfiri sɛ yɛtae hu sɛ media a ɔmo ne load bia no emeka no dɔso dodo emeka ntɛntɛm nko na ɛyɛ ɔmo di ɛwɔ Accra Kumase highway so especially ɛba so hu overhead ne so a tem bia no timamufo no complaining about emeka ntɛntɛm a ɛyɛ kasa kɛseɛ yi edi a ɛna afei ade baako nso a yɛhu ni sɛ ɔmo kuta okada ɛne pradia no na sefo no sɛ kasa kɛseɛ yi ɛɛba na ɔmo nso ɔmo na main road ya no wɔn hu wɔn koraa ne nso bɛtia ne sɛ ɔmo atwi afa wɔn so
yɛda ase ɛne amanebo a wode abɔ yɛn awie yi yɛmabusua yakɔ ana afenso ɔmo mafi mu nso yɛmɔ demre fedue na kwankyerɛfo panyin a wɔno ɛna community water and sanitation agency wada no ɛna wɔkasa de tudwache mu sɛ ensuo wɔ hawo ɛne adorotwetwe na yɛ wɔ no sesia no ɔmo ɛne Kwame Nkrumah suapɔn ne mpanifoɔ ɛba bɛka abɔmu apaninya agubrɛ enti sɛ mfidie no ɔmo bɛyɛ o sɛ bɛtete nsuo mu so ɔbɛyɛ ne den o ɛbrɛ ne nkrabea ɛbɛkyerɛ.
We are all aware that we have issues of illegal mining which is affected surface water sources substantially a lot. We are seeing a lot more of contamination in our groundwater resources. The reason why we are focusing on this is CWSA uses 95% of its water sources from ground sources, and so it's a concern to us, and it's the reason why we have to undertake reforms to make sure that we sanitize the sector. If you look at the photos on the left, that is what we met. On the right is what we have achieved through our rehabilitation. On the left, a number of these facilities are still in this state. And you will see on the right what we have achieved. We have been able to invest year by year from 24 million to, by 2022, we have done 196 million. Our water production has increased from 1.6 million to about 9.6 million. Our non-revenue water, about 50%, we have reduced as at 2022 to 36%. Our revenue generation from zero, in 2017, CWSA had not generated any revenue, but today, by 2022, annually we have done 42.9 million ourselves. And that is the reason why we had the opportunity to employ new staff and pay them from the agency. This is what we call job creation. We are not looking up to government to pay this new staff. The central region, one of our colleagues, Dr. Osiakwan, has been able to develop a map to separate seawater intrusion from fresh water. So in central region, you can decide to drill water which is fresh, or if you want salt water, you drill it where you want. So we have that map. You just go there, and then there is that boundary, which is carefully designed, determined on the map. What we are doing is to make sure that we convert that map into an app where you don't need a map anymore. You just go there. With your phone, you can determine where you are going to drill, whether they will have salt water or not, or you will have fresh water. We have signed memorandum of understanding with a number of universities. I will just focus on what we are doing with KNUST. We signed the memorandum of understanding to have cooperation in several areas, training for our staff, and then also research. And I want to talk about two of the research that we have carried out. One is a research to apply artificial intelligence in non-revenue water management. We have noted that it's becoming difficult to manage illegal connections. And so together, CWS, we developed the concept, and KNUST is building the robot. There's a robot that will flow in water under pressure. The robot has been developed. In fact, we met last 2 weeks. It has been developed. And we will launch this next year. And so we will invite all of you to come in and be part of it. Once this robot is effective, what happens is that we will launch it in the pipeline, and then it tells us those joints, or what we call nodes, that are created by illegal people. Those that we created ourselves, we will have it in our system. And so we will be able to identify those nodes that are created by others. And then the robot will send us a signal and the location. We can go there and disconnect it.
The obedia dear our offense so mahino akwakoye and tokwani nchiwasho kakra. Ebimu echemu said Dr. KK Sapones wudi adie entenam so amamabunu bi afres entwofo nhyiemu akasa omano awatiri akeka ensema mu chese ye niamo hodia eko editia opemso ye otekoko so tumfo setu etinananom ahemfo a ewo offense ne potemu akasa dia tudwa said ye mabunu ye no enye omotwe omu firi ho.
Nana Kwakudua wano ena ehwe kire se president yoda offenso nananom atena nkonya no ano wano na san ye nifahene wade atodwa sem sabre ya wo mo twen asantemenra otumfo se tutu otoso mienu ama ayemfo nseba ekoso wo offenso kroni mu no wade nano atuma anasa wakasa ade afa ho no wo mo ne police adumayeko no ade nkitanwodi a wo mo de wo hye ato enhyiamudie bi anasa nsantwefo enhyiemu a wo mo bekasa ade afa ayemfo nsama ekoso e wo offenso kropon no emu na be na watwe etwa mu no na emaburu bi a wo mo from ho se concern youth of offenso eye nsentrefo nhyiemu na sabe wo mo nsem wo mo kan na enya nika kra wo mo ka kasatwitwe ene nsem ehho ntie edefa asantemenra otumfo se tutu otoso mienu ehho offenso na namatena konya se eniema na se nsem emabunu ne ekan ye no entwa yie eno nti wo mo akasa atia ye o matwa edwan kra ede apata nananom esan atemdidi emabunu no edidi asantemenra no Nana Kwakudua ene UTV kasia twetwe nkomo ema ne kire nsemu sei
nyina enim se ye wa atwen emu a yewura ye kɔ hɔ na o ka kire no aka kire ena saa di ebaye ma mu a ne simpanyimfo bi eka ho bi o read statement no sesey eya nya abrasam eya ni amoho sa imusuo kese kra se ye wura otimi atran ageka sa de wu fenso enye sampa na nanom so ensore eya busuo kese kra nti asem no ebeto anim no mitwa namon ekọ police panyini ho ene MC se de asie no ene nkofo wo mu no kwan bi abafa so bi abama ensa kan wo no o mo sa kan otumfo frame aso bisaya enya biaka akire no ani nyina no se nananom no enim ho hwe yompia mo bia pa so bia nkoye saade no ifise yintimi nya sakora ye musuo kese to traditional council ye kan aka fi ade fi aka fin so man aka santeman nyina ese ya amane ade pe pani nyina tinne bia ababeye sa demonstration na ye kire bia na se bia fa no de ade ama police for pecho ifise yintimi mahanya sampa enti mafenso enye jijiji nimse nche bia no ura obema ya ohene na afi fenso so afa ntuma pefra na de ese ura ne se emane de bem emmo ma ya hene ni manim ha ya na fenso enti nya betwa na se ma kan ya chia chia me ti ese e kwa sa so budan emu obi o se asam na fa so pompa yifo enye ye chia sa chia santimebra winchino na se le ya amane wa ha emu obi o se
Amamra ne amane akasa wo fenso dia na yegina wese so ade ahome abayeba bongo di fara wo the sports ya agudie e ba beto aso adaro menko bebia e ba sisia